Hey everyone, this is Raptor's blog and welcome to my reaction video series. Today's reaction video is going to be on my thoughts about the new Splat Network. And the person who recommended me this video is Queen's Kid. And you could check out the link to their channel in the description box below. So, what are my thoughts about the Splat Network? The newest Nickelodeon, the newest channel that Nickelodeon has to offer. So let's read this article that says something about the Splat Network. So here it is. Nickelodeon's The Splat is bound to be the best thing to come out of 90s nostalgia, a programming blog dedicated exclusively to original Nickelodeon shows from 2 decades ago. Nicktoons like Rugrats, they'll be on The Splat. Game shows, watch out for Temple Guards because classic Nickelodeon game shows will be on The Splat. Live action sitcoms, you won't need Calissa to explain that, they'll be on The Splat. So what channel is The Splat, aka where exactly can you tune in to catch these amazing throwbacks? Although these shows originally aired on Nickelodeon, it would not be part of the network's lineup. Instead, The Splat airs on Teen Nick, a Nickelodeon spin-off network. Teen Nick's current programming is mostly reruns of Nickelodeon sitcoms like iCarly, Victorious, and Zoe 101. This makes Teen Nick a fitting spot for The Splat, as it was the same channel that had the 90s and all of that slot for old Nickelodeon programming. However, instead of taking up only 2 hours from midnight 2 a.m. like the 90s and all of that did, the Splat would be broadcasting on Teen Nick from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's 8 hours of classic Nickelodeon programming every night. Okay. So that's what the Splat Network is all about so far, and what are my thoughts about this network? Well, Nickelodeon's been hinting for many years that they were trying to make a classic, separate channel for classic Nickelodeon shows, and I'm really happy that this is happening. Well, this has happened because this article came from last year, so I think the Splat Network is already there. But anyway, I'm happy that Nickelodeon's able to make a channel for mostly classic Nickelodeon shows because a lot of fans have been demanding for a lot of the classic shows for years. So it's great that we're finally going to get that after all these years, and I can't wait to see what type of classic shows they'll be showing. I haven't seen the Splat Network yet, but the idea that it's showing mostly classic Nickelodeon shows is awesome to me because I grew up with Nickelodeon in the 90s, and I would love to see older shows like Rugrats, Angry Beavers, Hey Arnold, Calissa Explains All, and all those shows again. So I think this is a great move on Nickelodeon just to get the older fans back into their like viewing viewership or something like that. Anyway, I think this is great because we're gonna have a Nickelodeon channel that's dedicated to classic shows, and I really enjoy that. My only problem with this is that it's airing from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and those hours I consider the graveyard slot hours. That means those are like the hours that a lot of people wouldn't be able to watch this programming block because it'd be on either so late at night that most kids would be going to bed by the time this series airs, or it'd be coming on so early in the morning, and that would be the time most people would be asleep because they gotta go to work or school or whatever. So that's my biggest issue with the Splat Network, at least, is that it airs so late at night, and it airs throughout the morning, the early part of the morning when nobody can possibly see the show. So that's my biggest concern about it. That was like one of my biggest issues when I was watching Rocko's Small Life on Nicktoons Network at the time. It used to air at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's like you had to get up so early in the morning just to watch Rocko's Small Life, and I wasn't that happy about it because I wanted to watch it at 8 o'clock or something like that at a time where I was awake or something like that, not at a time slot where I was sleeping or whatever. So that's my only issue with the 10 to 6 a.m. time slot they have for the Splat Network. It's airing at a graveyard time slot, and that's what I'm upset about. But overall, I'm glad that we're getting more programming with this programming block. Before with the 90s and all that, we only had like 2 hours of classic Nickelodeon shows, and sometimes they just show the same shows over and over again, and I noticed that annoyed a lot of people who want to see more variety. So maybe we could get more variety with the Splat Network. Now that they extended their hours to like 8 hours, and that means we can see like maybe 8 or 9 shows in that programming slot. So that's a really good thing. You know, we can see more shows come on during this programming slot instead of just seeing like maybe 2 or 3 shows like we did with the 90s and all of that. So the Splat Network, I think, sounds like a good idea. You know, I would really like to see it, the network, once I get my TV back or whatever. Well, I have my TV, but you know, I haven't been watching TV a lot lately as I should have. But you know, I like the idea that we have the Splat Network. We have a channel dedicated to classic Nickelodeon shows, and I would like to watch that channel whenever I get the time to do so. So tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts about the Splat Network? Do you think this is a good idea for Nickelodeon, or do you think there's some things that could improve on this schedule? This programming block, like, should they get their own channel instead of airing on Team Nick, or, you know, maybe air more shows than the same ones they're showing over and over again? Please feel free to comment below, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter so I can keep you updated any new videos I post up, and also like my Facebook page, Rabbit's Blog's Best Comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Blog, and I'll see you later.